Tune in to Basement Talk. I'm your host, Riz the King.
You gonna get this man to say something stupid. This is G-Ray coming out of St. Louis. Get my phone. It's an argument about pride. Man, I'm telling you. So this is real life for me.
Yeah, you already know you are.
Right.
What are we talking about?
AFC North.
Hey, I look at that light like, oh shit.
That light.
I can't see out of this side.
So before or after you bought the bottle of beer?
No, you talking about when I was playing with the light on me.
He looked at that light, got neuralized.
What he do? We're going to jump into this with the AFC North now. The AFC North got 4 teams. You got the Pittsburgh Steelers, you got the Baltimore Ravens, you got the Cincinnati Bengals, and you got the Cleveland Browns. So we got somebody new adding this to us right now. You got your man right here. What's your name, bro?
OAB.
OAB back.
I ain't too new, though.
He not new, he just here. You know what I'm saying? So you know what?
I'm just here.
Since you was the AFC North guy, kick it off and tell me how you feel the AFC North going to end up being this year.
AFC North guy? Why you saying the AFC North guy?
Just tell me what you feel like. You just said I got bold prediction for AFC North.
I do got a bold prediction. Well, this is my bold prediction right here. All right, bold prediction. Tyrod Taylor will end up being a top 3 MVP candidate at the end of the regular season this year.
What is you talking about?
Bold prediction.
That's not bold, that's silly.
That
is silly.
Let me explain why.
Back this up, please.
No problem. I can explain why. Tyrod Taylor has been proven to be a winner. Flat out. The missing piece for Cleveland has been a quarterback.
Right.
Every place that Tyrod Taylor has been, he has performed. Gone to the next spot and took them to places where they haven't been, which is Buffalo. And you can even go back to college and look at Virginia Tech. Hasn't been the same since he left. Everywhere he goes, he draws. He makes an explosion. He's really good. He knows how to read defenses. He knows what the running lanes are. He doesn't turn the ball over. And you got Chubb in the backfield. You probably got Gordon coming. They're looking to get Dez Bryant. And you got one of the best tight ends in the game, in my opinion, receiving tight ends in Njoku.
Okay.
So they got all the players you need, not counting the defense that they've been building for the past 3 years. So we're looking at the Philadelphia 76ers of the NFL right now. And I think Tyrod Taylor is that piece that's going to take them over because they've been close in games all last year. Even the last 2 years, really. They just losing it because they don't have that last piece to get them over the point.
I hear what
top 3.
I hear what you're saying, but that's what I want to go back to. You saying he gonna be top 3 in a QB in this league?
No, he said MVP.
MVP candidate top 3.
Top 3.
So that entails like 4,000 to 5,000 yards passing, at least
25
touchdowns. That's what you see. Because he ain't never had 4,000 passing.
That means so he's saying behind Aaron Rodgers, behind Brady, the next person getting voted for is gonna be Tyrod Taylor. And
Wentz, he gonna have a better year than Wentz?
And then Wentz.
Well, Wentz. I think they're bringing him back too early. So I agree with what you're saying with Nick Foles. Nick Foles needs to be playing until I know for a fact that Wentz is healthy.
Right.
I think they're bringing him back way too early.
Right.
I don't think that you need to rush that. So Wentz, I'm a little skeptical about Philadelphia this year because of that decision with Wentz.
But let
me get him one more question.
That's the first question.
So, let me hit it one more. So, in your mind, just to get this on wax, you got Tyrod Taylor having a better year than Kirk Cousins.
Easily. But this is the reason why.
Easily.
This is the reason why, because I see you're going to have to give him credit for taking a team in the Cleveland Browns. I think you got to take a team in the Cleveland Browns who have been no good for a long time. They go to the playoffs and they win a division, which I think is very possible because the Pittsburgh Steelers are. I don't believe it right now. Ben Roethlisberger lost some weight.
Hey, can I
but I don't know what they're going to look like. I don't think the team's committed.
But can I ask you a question?
I don't think they're committed. I think that Baltimore's too young.
How many games did Cleveland win last year?
I think 2 maybe. 1 or 2.
The answer would be
they won 0 games. So you telling me Tyrod Taylor is going to take a team that won 0 games and all of a sudden
it was 0 games last year?
It was 0. It was 1 game before that.
0.
And went from 1 to 0.
Yeah.
So he going to come there and take them all the way from 0. Wait a minute. To winning a division, and he be the reason why to the point to where they vote for him 3rd.
And the MVP.
I don't want to say it with so much conviction because it sounds so much.
crazy.
It sounds like what you're saying. That
It sounds
sounds like
crazy.
a bold prediction.
That's how bold it is.
That is. I've been popping
That's how bold it
Danny's
is.
all night long.
That's how bold it
That's
is.
the boldest
It's Super
that
Bowl.
I've ever heard.
It's Super Bowl.
You know what? Though? I like it. I like it.
It's simple. You gotta like.
You gotta like it, man. I secretly root for Tyrod Taylor everywhere, man. Because I
do
want him to make
too.
it. I want Tyrod to be good. I wish he would throw the ball and stop trying to be too safe. Like he afraid that
he
like
scared of his
Tyrod Taylor ain't never had no job security, which is why he always opts to just not throw the ball
right.
as opposed to throwing interceptions. He had no job.
Captain Careful.
Yeah, man, he got it last year and was doing decent. That wasn't good enough. They replaced him with somebody with 5 interceptions.
Terrible.
Right?
And then put him back.
And then put him back.
Right, his
Like,
coach
oh,
who
my
believed
bad.
him put him on the bench for a rookie in
Yeah.
the middle of the season. And you saying this guy's going to be a top 3 MVP candidate on a worse team?
But this, I mean,
Well, I don't know if they work.
he's really safe.
No,
No.
they are worse.
I mean, the record wise, but they got some. They do got some pieces. I see what you're trying to go with it because they didn't add some pieces. They got 2 running back that's decent. They got Landry at receiver. You know, they got.
And when
some
Josh
pieces.
Gordon does play,
yeah.
when he does play, he's a dominant player.
I'm just saying, I would take the chance on the dance thing, even with Josh Gordon come back, because like, what do you have to lose?
Right.
Like the Browns
Yeah.
don't have anything to lose now. This might be Hugh Jackson last year as a head coach if they don't win a game
Ever in life.
Like if they
win a game.
if they win 4 games this year,
He gone forever.
no, he's there. He's still there.
4 games?
4. I think all it takes is 4 for him to keep his
That
job.
a bold prediction.
It takes 4 games.
4
No.
games.
So I actually got the Browns winning 6 games.
But if they go
I got 'em winning
0-4,
6.
Okay.
if they go 0-4, he might get fired.
He might get fired before he make it to.
Oh, because they gonna
that
think.
gonna
Okay,
happen.
so I get what you're saying. You saying
That's
is
not
that
gonna
no?
happen.
What he's saying is if they go over 4, now they're close. And they don't think Hugh Jackson is the guy to do it.
Right, exactly.
So then they're going to fire him to bring somebody in that they
gonna
can take
fire
it to the next level.
Right, I can agree with
so
that.
I see,
Yeah, I
I
agree
see
with
what he's saying there. Like Hugh Jackson's damned if you do, damned if you don't.
Exactly.
For real.
Exactly.
Like, it-
But another thing that you forgot about is that they drafted Baker Mayfield.
he's not going to play this year.
But
I don't
they-
think he's going to play this year.
If Tyrod don't do
not at all this
they
year.
looking for Tyrod to not do good to put Baker in. You know what I'm
Okay,
saying?
10
agree
games.
with that.
10. Look, I'm telling you, 10 games.
I think they are.
If it's going to be that quarter of the year period. If they are, but in the first 10 games, if they're 6-4, he's not playing.
Who, Baker?
Yeah.
If they get that
If
close.
they're like 6-4 in the first 10, they're not playing. But if they 2-8,
Right.
Yeah.
he's going to play. He's going to finish the year.
No doubt.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, it's really just going to depend on what that record is, whether or not he plays.
That's crazy. So you know what? Since you already kicked off this silly, now you got to rank your 4 teams
Right.
in the AFC North.
Okay. Well, Cleveland is going to be number 1.
Oh wow!
So from,
Cleveland is
wait a
number
minute.
1.
So from 0-16, they gonna be number 1. Okay, go.
Yes.
We must be drinking the
More
same
16.
thing.
What is? I'm not drinking that. I don't ever want to drink whatever's in there.
Yeah.
So they got you hallucinating.
Cleveland, Pittsburgh,
Okay.
Baltimore, Cincinnati.
Wait, so for this to work, right? So I just got a question. For this to work, right? They the division winner, the winner of that division every year is about 11 or 12 games, right?
Right.
Which means they're literally going to have to beat. They're going to have to sweep one of those teams for this to work.
Well, Baltimore definitely they getting swept.
So you think they're going to beat the Steelers? They're going to beat Baltimore twice. They're going to beat the Steelers. They're going to split with the Steelers, and probably for that to work, they're going to have to beat the Bengals
So
twice.
now I don't know who else they're playing outside of the division, but I see their whole team being at least top half, if not better than top half of all the teams on paper.
They're going to play a last place schedule. So I mean, they're going to have an easy enough schedule. They're not going to play a hard schedule at all.
Well, I don't know what divisions they play this
Right,
year.
they still
I mean,
may
I
not
have to
know
look
that,
up
but
what
yeah,
divisions
I don't
they
know
play
what
this year. I'm not
division they play,
sure.
I don't think they're playing a tough dude. They rank these teams on the prior year.
Well, I don't know because Pittsburgh got to play Jacksonville at some point. I saw that on Jacksonville's
That's
schedule.
because Pittsburgh was a winning team, so they have to play harder schedule.
Yeah, so that could be they outlier. So if
you
they're
got
like,
that.
when you have good teams, they give them that one game where they don't necessarily have to play the rest of the division. This is just like a primetime game.
Just
They
to
want
get
to
them on
happen.
TV, okay.
Just because of what happened last
the
year.
Rams. The Rams
Right.
just won the division, right? So they have a first place schedule that they have to play now. So they're not getting these cream puff teams. To his point, the Cleveland Browns outside of their division are not going to be playing world beater teams. You know, they might
I
be
don't-
playing middle.
I
of
I mean, but they
the
still
pack.
gotta play a different division though. You know what I'm saying?
No
So depending
doubt,
on what
no
division
doubt,
it is, I don't know
no
what
doubt.
division it is.
They might have to play at Tennessee. He said that, I believe they play the AFC South.
But I'm talking about. I was thinking about who they play in the NFC because
Yeah,
them 4 games are going to matter.
Yeah, okay.
And I don't know
Yeah.
what, and I know they don't play the NFC East.
Okay.
So the rest of the divisions in the NFC, I mean, good luck trying to beat them 4 games, trying to win half of those.
Well, I mean, if they're playing Detroit, they can beat the Detroit. If they're playing
I don't know,
a Chicago
man.
Bears, they can beat the Chicago Bears. So they go to the NFC North.
I mean, them Green Bay
They
and
can make
Minnesota.
some-
That's
they
not-
They could beat the. I'm a Bears guy. They could beat my Bears.
They can
That's
beat the
possible.
Bears. I don't know if they can beat
They
Detroit.
can't beat nobody
I
else
don't think
in
they can
that
beat
division.
anybody else in that division.
They went 0-16.
Right, they might, and that's elite.
Y'all
Saying
been
they
trying
might-
to say they can
But
beat
y'all
the
saying that? But you saying that? What you mean, right? The Baker
It's
Mayfield.
proven they could beat nobody.
Right, they already proved they couldn't beat no
Wait. They were in a lot of them
They
games
couldn't
last
even
year.
beat their meat
They were in
last
those
year.
games to the end. They were in a lot of those games to the very end
That's what I'm
last year.
saying. That's what I'm saying. And Baker Mayfield
16
is going to
times.
push your boy.
They did have
Get
Philly
there.
Pfizer, he was terrible.
Baker Mayfield's going to push him. He's going to push Tyrod Taylor because he's a walk-on everywhere he goes. So Baker Mayfield is a winner. He's a
He's the
star.
number 1 pick.
Yeah. But I'm saying,
You said
him
they
back
backing
him. Tyrod Taylor ain't gonna lose the job. He got the job taken from Peterman. He's not gonna lose the job.
I like Baker Mayfield Steez though, so I think you.
He gonna push. He gonna make old boy work.
I mean,
He gonna be really good this year, bro.
I'm not saying that.
I'm going with Tyrod
Baker?
Taylor.
No. Well,
Well, I don't know about Baker. I'm out of it. I put mine up
You
there.
never got your 4 out.
Yeah, I did.
Oh, you did? Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, I got mine up.
Go ahead, man.
Man.
Hey, you ain't got to address that.
Yeah,
I'm not-
Just go with your regular
No,
fault.
tell me
Go with
why
your
I'm
regular
wrong.
fault.
Tell me why I'm wrong.
No, this is what I'm going to say. Pittsburgh is the class of the division.
Okay.
They just are. I would want to say Cincinnati has the chance to threaten if Andy Dalton plays better because Cincinnati has weapons. They got plenty of weapons, offense and defense. If Vontaze Burfict can get his life together and his play and control his emotions, he's a dominant player. So
We've been waiting on that a long time.
that's true.
He likes
That's
his hair, but a lot.
true.
He
That's
likes
true.
the spear cats.
But they have the talent.
Everybody likes to pay fines.
It's a reason that their games are close because they have talent that's measurable to Pittsburgh's. But Pittsburgh is still a class of the division. I'm gonna still respect what they got going on. Since Pittsburgh 1, Cincinnati 2, 3 for me is wait a minute, I'm drawing
You
a
got
blank.
Baltimore.
Baltimore, exactly. They're 3. And Flacco should be losing that job right around week 9 or 10. I only see Baltimore winning 4 or 5 games next year.
Yeah, for sure.
Cleveland, to get to what you was just talking
So
about,
they gonna be less than 4 games.
Cleveland is in the cellar. Cleveland may win 3 games.
Okay.
May 3 or 4. 3 or 4 games. I expect if they won 5 games, I would be amazed. I mean, that's just you go from 0 to 5. That's a big jump. If that's the situation, maybe their coach has a chance to keep his job if they go from 0 to 5 games because he's showing progression.
Imagine number 5.
Imagine number 5.
But
6 games you fired.
But you said Mason. Imagine number 5.
Imagine number 5. That's to make a break.
Right.
4
But
games he fired. 6
you made
games he
some-
fired.
you made some comments
Five.
about Baker Mayfield.
Yeah.
I don't believe in Baker Mayfield
At all.
I don't, man.
Okay.
I think for me, it was a mistake for them to draft that man number 1. And then they followed up the mistake. They doubled down. Darnold was a better pro prospect to me than Baker Mayfield.
Right.
Then they doubled down, gonna ignore Chubb and take a corner.
Right.
They don't necessarily. The last corner they took, Justin Gilbert, he working McDonald's now. So I don't understand like this.
But he'll come back with
and
you.
he's not he's a good talent. The guy can run a 4.3.
That's Mizzou, right?
No, he's Ohio State. Denzel Ward. He's a good player, but both
he this tall.
Exactly. He's a midget compared to these players in their division. He does have some talent. He's not a bum.
Right.
But they took 2 guys in the top 5 of the draft that are like 5'10". That's going to be a problem in that type of division. That's a physical, big, tough division.
But you made the division look pretty weak because 2 of the 4 teams are 4 or less wins.
This
You
year,
made the division pretty
this year, yeah. I mean, because that's unfortunately where they are at this stage of where their teams are going.
So what is
Baltimore's
Cincinnati,
window is closed. Baltimore, I only got them winning 4 or 5 because they done.
What about like Cincinnati then?
Cincinnati, I got them winning 8 games, 8 or 9
Right.
games,
So you got.
Okay. So you said it's a weak division.
You saying Pittsburgh going 12-4 basically?
pretty much.
And the rest of the guys. are weak division.
If Pittsburgh goes 11-5, it's a disappointment because of the talent they have on their team. They should be 12-4 or 13-3. They have dominant offensive talent. Their defense is weak, but they get the lead so quick. Teams are not really trying to run the ball against them. That's their weakness, as Jacksonville showed last year. Jacksonville ran the ball down their throat, and it was expected, and they still did it.
Right.
But if Pittsburgh gets a lead on you, 14-3, 21-6, then you're going to lose the game because they play to you trying to throw up the ball against their defense.
Right.
Cam Hayward and their pass rushers, all that.
What you think?
I
Brett?
think so. I think Pittsburgh's going to have a Patriots type year, meaning they're going to beat up on a division. I think they are. As the Ohio native, I really like what Cleveland has done. I think Cleveland's defense is going to be crazy this year. I think their defense is really going to blossom because they drafted a bunch of young cats and they allowed them to gel together and they stuck with them. They didn't bring in a whole bunch of people to mess up their camaraderie that they got there. My only problem with Baker Mayfield is that he can outrun the cops. If you can't outrun the police, if you can't outrun you got tackled and tased.
All that happened.
These cats are not in the league. If you can't outrun the police, I don't know how you outrun it. How you run a grown linebackers out here running 4 or 5.
Like I admitted that.
Right.
Yeah, that's my only issue with Baker Mayfield. Keep him on the side to increase the speed a little bit.
He's short. He's a short.
You better
Right. You got to be able to do that. You got to be able to do that Madden. What was that? Madden with Vic. You just run backwards 40 yards, throw the ball.
Didn't they best lineman just retire?
Huh?
Didn't they best lineman just retire?
Yeah, Thomas retired. Left tackle.
Yeah, he already lost 50 pounds.
So who gonna be
But
there?
so like I said, the Ohio native man, I don't ever like doing predictions for the Bengals, man, because the Bengals you would just root for the Bengals all the time, man. You want them to get right there. You're like, oh, they might do it this year, and then they go in, and then Andy Dalton is Andy Dalton,
Exactly.
and then he decides that he can't outplay T.J. Yates. In the year that should have been their year, but Andy Dalton hey, that's T.J. Yates. I can't do it.
I can't do it.
I can't do it. That's T.J. Yates.
This ain't my year.
This ain't my year. And I understand why they keep Andy because they don't. Why? I mean, what's the other option? They're good enough to be mediocre. They're good enough to get in a wild card game.
8-8.
So they stick with him. And you got AJ Green, so you got to have him. Andy Dalton and AJ Green got. You got to keep him. And they got some weapons around you. I think Mixon's going to hopefully have a breakout year this year.
If Iker's healthy, then you're okay. If
Iker's healthy, they have a really good defense. The problem with the Bengals is they've never been able to put them both together at the same year.
Exactly.
The defense and the offense. Their closest year was that year they were like the cardiac cats. That was like Carson Palmer years ago, where he was, Chad Johnson. They was able to defense was really good to keep them games in there.
That's
but
because
Carson Palmer
Pittsburgh.
So I mean, and then Baltimore, I don't know what to expect from Baltimore at all. I mean, Flacco
Can't trust him.
Flacco, yeah, man. Flacco can't. He overthrow everybody.
So y'all keep making cases for the Browns. You next.
I think the Browns. I think the Browns are going to win 6 games. I think the Browns are going to win 6 games. But like I said, I think Pittsburgh
6.
I got 6.
You sound like you.
Because I think it's Hugh Jackson last year. I would need him to win 5 so he keep his job. But if he wins 6, 4 or 6, he done. 5 games, he gonna stay a little bit. They gonna give him one more year.
Number, he fired.
Yeah.
Even if he win 8 games, he fired.
He fired. Really? If he win 8 games, he definitely fired.
4, 6, 8.
Right.
If he win 8 games, they may fire him after the 8th game.
Right.
Like we need to bring somebody else here that's out the season.
They can be 8-3. They gonna fire that.
They gonna fire him. 8-3, they gonna fire. Okay, hey, finish up. Come here. Let me talk to you. And then I think Pittsburgh's gonna run on the division. I think Pittsburgh's gonna win like 12 games, even though they are like hurt. I don't know what's gonna go with Le'Veon. You know, he started off real slow last year.
I don't trust him this year.
Who knows about Ben? Ben's getting slower every year.
That's why he losing weight.
He getting slower every year. And then Antonio Brown, man, they can't stop him. Even though everybody knows he's just gonna throw the ball to him. But they wide receiver with Juju, you know, they can. But the thing with the Steelers, I don't know what their defense is going to look like. Their defense is suspect.
Right.
Their defense been suspect, especially that linebacker.
They score so many points.
They score so many points, but their defense is so suspect. So I think they're going to hit like 4 games, and I think the next closest is maybe 7 or 8. So I think they're going to run away with it. They're going to beat up on the division like the Patriots do every year. Right. They beat up on the division. They get enough wins there, and then they trickle in some other wins throughout, and they take the division every year. I think that's what the Pittsburgh is doing.
Well, we all agree on Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh obviously is the number 1 offensive team in a lot of.
Well, we don't all agree because he got Cleveland.
I'm not talking to him. Logical people. No, all joking aside though. No, so Pittsburgh is like they're gonna be number one. You know what I'm saying? Because they are the class of the division, like you said. They are better than everybody else, head and shoulders. You know what I'm saying? But next after that, so Pittsburgh out the way. People don't understand Baltimore, right? Baltimore is never good. For some reason, they always win games. They always find a way to win games. They were like terrible last year, and they barely lost the game that took them out of the playoffs. They would have been in the playoffs if Cincinnati didn't throw a bomb at the end. You know what I'm saying? So Baltimore, for some reason, always finds a way. I don't know if it's the coaching. I don't know if it's the city. I don't know what
It's gotta be the coaching.
Hey, Justin Tucker be kicking the ball from 57 yards every time. So they guaranteed to get points if they get halfway there. You know what I'm saying? So they figure out a way to always win the game except their last one. So I've got them going like 8-8, almost 9-7, depending on how they end up. Right. So I got them at second. I got silly Cincinnati, who I just can't deal with Cincinnati. You know what I'm saying? Andy Dalton makes me upset. He makes me upset because I draft AJ Green a lot. Because AJ Green's cold.
He is.
And I watch them games closely. And I watch Andy Dalton make AJ Green look pedestrian at times. He be open there. He be like, whoa, what the ball back here for? You know what I'm saying? So Andy Dalton's silly. So I got them going below Baltimore. You know what I'm saying? Off of that alone. And Cleveland.
Gotta respect that.
And Cleveland is just going to be Cleveland. Cleveland going to be. Will they be better than 0-16? I expect them to be better than 0-16.
How many wins?
How many wins?
With who?
Cleveland.
Cleveland going to be 4. I'm giving them 4-12.
He need 5 though to keep his job.
Hell no. Hugh Jackson will be fired after this year. They go. You know what? They actually gonna win like one game early to get people hyped.
I think they're gonna win their season opener.
You know what I'm saying? They gonna mess around and
win
win one game early. He gonna be texting us like I told y'all. They gonna go on an 8-game losing streak. They're gonna put in Baker Mayfield, and then it's gonna be a wrap from there. You know what I'm saying? So that's what's gonna end up being. But
That's a perfect setup for Cleveland. I think they're going to win their season opener.
This is the season.
Everybody
they gonna win early
because you know that early is when you get people because they still trying to figure stuff out.
Right,
Like,
exactly.
they're gonna win their season opener. Everybody gonna know what to think.
And then Baker Mayfield, to me, skill wise, is just another Johnny Manziel. Without, you know what I'm saying?
Without the
Nah, he got the
Huh?
fast. He got the fast.
Yeah,
Well, he's not fast. I'm just saying,
He got the fast.
another guy who really ain't that good, but somebody thought he was good. That's how I look at him.
I
I
think
don't
it's
know,
disrespectful.
man. I
Baker Mayfield?
like how
I
Baker
think
gets
it's
down, man. Like,
'Cause he
you
worked
gotta
hard?
respect it. No, he
Nah.
went from tight end back to quarterback.
So he worked hard.
Bruh, like he balled
It's
though.
more
He
than
ain't just go from tight
It's
end
more
to
than
quarterback and was pedestrian to quarterback. He went from tight end to quarterback and balled.
Tight end. He like 5'9".
Did he play tight?
I don't know about that.
Did he play tight end?
I don't know. I don't know about
I
that.
never heard no tight end.
Okay, well,
When you
screw
said
it
that, I
up.
was kind of thinking like,
I'm like a tight end. I'm like,
I was kind of like, ooh.
Did he lose the job as quarterback?
Now, he's a walk-on
And then
short.
What I know about Baker is
He's
that
walked on short.
he walked
to
on.
Oklahoma.
At first, he walked on to Texas Tech.
Right.
We don't have to
He got
correspond to
he
fact
got
check that. I
into
think it was right.
He got into it with Cliff Kingsbury. He got buried on the depth chart, so he bounced from Texas Tech to Oklahoma. He walked on there. He worked his way up that depth chart, and he ended up being the man. I respect his hustle. I think that's what you're trying to say. He works for it. I do think he's a good quarterback, but I don't see him being that damn good. Like, I don't think he's a starter in
You
the
don't
NFL.
think he's number one in the
In the NFL. I think he's a. I think
Nah, he
they
wasn't a
drafted.
first round pick, no.
I think they
so.
drafted a backup quarterback.
Gotcha.
Number one. And I never understood that. Like he's good, but I don't see him going to a higher level and dominating pros at 5'11", 6 foot,
I
with a
mean,
halfway.
but he has
decent
the
arm.
measurables of a Jimmy Garoppolo.
I mean, he has intangibles like Tebow. You know, grit and tenacity only
He has
so far in the
intangibles.
league though.
Intangible.
As far as what?
He gonna work
Like
hard.
it's grit and tenacity.
Exactly.
He gonna work hard. He's gonna work hard.
He's a hard
But
worker.
you know,
Right.
working hard and yelling at the top of your lungs don't do that when you throw
Exactly.
Right. He's gonna work hard.
Exactly.
That's all he got. He's a hard
Well, wait a
worker.
minute, but Mari said measurable.
I'm saying him and Jimmy Garoppolo, if you look at it,
Garoppolo was like 6'3".
Yeah.
It's true.
What's his measurables? That's
6'3".
I'm talking about how he throws the football. He can throw the ball all over the field
his arm is
with no
not strong
problem.
like
He's not
he was swinging that thing,
prototypical
man.
He was-
Nick Foles
In
height,
college?
6'7".
I mean,
so that's what I'm saying about Jimmy Garoppolo. They're both not the prototypical 6'7", like what they're looking for
There's
right
not a
now.
lot of 6'7" quarterbacks.
That's what they're looking for. They're looking for big boys.
I don't know, 6'7".
Carson Wentz
Anybody
is 6'5".
6'5".
Denver used to have a 6'6".
Joe
6'6".
Flacco.
No, Brock Osweiler. Brock Osweiler.
I'm about to say 6'6" is the tallest you can get and be
They're
successful.
looking for 6'3".
Anything taller than
Yeah,
6'6".
6'3".
Right, they want big boy. And
Anything
Jimmy
taller than
Garoppolo is
6'6"
not
usually a
necessarily
failure.
a big boy like that.
He like 6'3".
He's not the big boy like that.
6'3" is not
I don't agree.
a good size quarterback.
I don't agree. 6'3".
Well, you ain't gotta agree to it.
I want you to look it up
That's,
right now.
that's kind of
Who we
what it
talking
is.
about?
Jimmy Garoppolo.
Garoppolo.
I mean, we can
like
basically y'all got Wi-Fi. We can look it up.
You can look it up right quick.
I got my phone over there. so-
Garoppolo's not a big dude.
He's like 6'1". He's not
Who
6'1".
part of this?
Yeah, I agree with
Right,
you.
that's what I'm saying. So they are the same.
No, keep it in the video.
Put him in the shotgun.
This is real. This is real right
Put it in the
here.
shotgun.
Baker is a
Let
little
him throw the
bit
ball all
taller
over
than
the field.
Breeze.
Give him 4 or 5 wide. He can play.
I think him and Breeze the same height, ain't they?
They virtually the same
They're
height.
the same
But
height.
but Baker is slightly a little bit taller, like a half inch.
But the difference between a Baker Mayfield and a Drew Brees is that Drew Brees can go under center and I can trust it. I don't trust Baker Mayfield would be a good quarterback from under
that's
center.
right.
He got to be the
Exactly.
shot. But same thing with Jimmy Garoppolo. I wouldn't trust that he will be great under center.
He was under center the whole year last year with San Fran.
That's not his game.
What are you talking about?
That's not his
He
game.
came from the Patriots.
That's not his
under
game.
center.
Where it's
went to
time
San
and
Fran.
3
Under
5
center.
drops. Yeah.
It's not his game.
What are you?
He's dominant.
He's not an under center quarterback. That's not his game.
Why is
he
it
can
not
play
that?
it, but it's not his game.
Why is it not
So
his
it's
game?
like Eli Manning. Eli Manning is an under center
They
quarterback.
got him
He's
listed
not
at
a
six, they got him
shotgun.
listed at 6'2".
6'2". So he's probably like 6'1".
I said 6'3".
No, they always up.
I
So
want to
probably like 6'1".
hear why you say it's not his game, but he dominates at it.
Why? What's not his game?
You saying that he's not an under center quarterback,
Right.
but that's all he's been. That's all he did in New England, and pretty much
That's all he did. Cause what you
San
call
Fran.
it?
Okay, so
What you call? He gonna be
the
like
New
Matt
England
Ryan.
offense is not an under center offense unless they're running the ball. Let's not act like the New England offense is an under center offense. It's not.
Omar, you reckon they don't go under center a lot?
I'm not saying that they don't go under center,
A
but
lot.
no, we're talking about Jimmy Garoppolo's game. Is he a drop back quarterback or is he a shotgun quarterback?
drop back.
He is a shotgun
I'm
quarterback.
saying
like he was a
he can do
D2.
both of them.
No, I'm not saying that he can't go from under center, but that's not his game.
What makes somebody a shot?
If he is throwing the ball 80% of the time under center, he's not going to be as successful as he is right now. Because that's not his game.
That's what they did with him in San Fran.
No.
And them last 5
He
games,
He won
that's
5
how they
games in a
roll.
row. He won 5
Hold
games
up.
in a row.
They got your boy. What's his name?
I want to Google
Who
Jimmy
coached San Fran?
Garoppolo highlights and see what
Go
happened.
ahead.
Hold on, Shane
You
McMahon
gonna see a whole lot of
coaches San
shotgun,
Fran.
a whole lot of
Shane
RG3.
McMahon
And
coaches San Fran.
Are you talking about the dude from Atlanta that went
Yeah,
to
that's the same offense that they run with Matt
And
Ryan.
Matt Ryan is
Always
under
he
center.
understand most of the time. Everybody
That's
runs
not the
shotgun.
same offensive coordinator.
Yes, it is.
Yes, it is.
It's the same guy.
It's the
What
same
you
dude.
talking about?
What you mean?
It's the one that they just
What's his
had
name?
from
Shanahan.
Washington.
Shanahan is the quarterback.
Shanahan,
He's the coach.
yeah, yeah,
Washington.
He's the coach. He's the head coach.
Right. The same Brian Hoyer offense they was running.
Mike Shanahan is not. Is it Mike Shanahan?
No.
No.
San Francisco.
Brian.
Brian Shanahan.
Yeah, Brian.
San Francisco offensive coordinator.
It's the Shanahan.
It is
Shanahan. It's one of Shanahan's, right?
So
His coordinator is the same
Mike
one that was
Sutton.
with RG3 in Washington.
Atlanta.
yeah, but
was-
he went to Atlanta
He went to
after
Atlanta
Washington.
and went to the Super Bowl.
And then he
One
got
day,
hired
San
as
Fran
the
went
head
got
coach.
him.
Hire him as
It's the-
And then in there, he's running the
offense that they
same
just
offense
ran.
as Matt Ryan.
No, the offense that they just ran in San Francisco.
Because you say things that me and Raj don't say. Because
y'all scared.
No,
We don't think weird.
we don't think that type of stuff.
We don't think conservative.
Like
I'm not
they did.
conservative.
They hired Atlanta's offensive coordinator to be the head coach, so he could
It's
run
definitely
those
Mike- it's
similar
definitely Mike
plays.
Shanahan.
You're
It's
saying
definitely
no.
From Atlanta.
You're saying no.
So Shanahan, is he still the offensive coordinator?
He's
He's
the
the
head
head
coach.
coach.
He's the head coach and offensive coordinator.
He
He both
calls the
of them.
plays.
Yeah, they plucked him from Atlanta
I
after
mean,
he
he
left
asked me
Washington.
to the Super Bowl.
Yeah, he left
And they won the
Washington.
call.
He left Washington, went to Atlanta to be the OC. They went to the Super Bowl, then they plucked him from the Falcons
And
to be that.
look at what
Let
they
me
did.
ask y'all this.
Marquise Goodwin, let me just get this out.
He balled.
Marquise Goodwin balled out. It
He
wasn't because
balled.
he was playing Washington offense. It was in the Atlanta style offense with
You got
multiple
somebody
receivers.
who can go fast.
Harry Douglas types. They had him out there with
Yeah.
Garcon.
He didn't play good with Brian Hoyer.
Nobody played good with
Marquise
Brian
Goodwin.
Hoyer.
Yeah, nobody did.
Marquise
So-
Goodwin just
terrible.
got paid.
He didn't get paid.
He just got paid because of his performance last year.
Because super fast.
Tell me you don't get paid.
He didn't get paid. He didn't get paid.
Marquise Goodwin has been on team from team to team.
Exactly.
Because of how fast he is. Not because of how he
And
performs.
he
said he
he's
got
going.
paid.
And
He
he
didn't
going.
say-
and
He
he's
got
staying
paid
at
because he
Frisco.
finally because it looked like he's going to be a good fit with Garoppolo this year. That's why he got paid.
He got paid because he
That's the only
performed in that offense
No,
too with Garoppolo.
But he had 5 good plays. They know that they got something going. They want to keep Garoppolo happy. Whatever you want Garoppolo, you're going to get. If you need, if you want to
all
keep
I'm saying is,
Goodwin,
Mark,
pay Goodwin.
your take on what the offense is completely wrong.
It's not.
It is 1,000%
not.
wrong. I've told you again. I watch every single San Fran game, bro.
for talking about the NFC North.
Oh yeah, I said that. Yeah, it ain't anything no more. You
Oh,
should-
yeah.
Because of Baker Mayfield.
It don't even matter.
Okay, so we didn't went to the NFC East and
It's cool. We
NFC.
just
It happens.
We talking about Arizona. We'll come back to it.
We do this. It happens.
Yeah,
it's
you
right,
might,
bro.
you might get that
But
back.
I mean, it's all be the same for the AFC North. You know what I'm saying? Steelers and then some other
So,
team.
So AFC North recap. It's going.
yeah, it's on right now.
Recap one more time. Who your 4 people is?
Pittsburgh.
4 teams.
My first person is gonna be Pittsburgh.
Who your 4 people is?
My 4 people. Pittsburgh, number 1. Cincinnati 2. Baltimore 3. Cleveland's the cellar dweller 4. They only gonna win 3 or 4 games.
All right, I'm going to you. I'm letting finish it up. You go.
He's whispering. He's whispering like the camera went out.
And they can't see me.
Hold on, hey. So you go right now, dog. We gonna finish up over here. So you go.
Yeah, so the Pittsburgh Fires, they go with about 12. I know. Where's this whiskey? About 12, 13. Then next is going to be Baltimore. They go with like 6.
In the bottom.
Baltimore, yeah. Baltimore and Cleveland going to win the same amount of games this year. And then...
So the time.
Boy, look right at me. Cincinnati going to win 5. Cincinnati going to win 5 games this year, bro. They going to win 5. They going to win 5 games this year.
Man.
So that's what it's going to be.
I got Pittsburgh, Baltimore, Cincinnati, Cleveland, scraping at the bottom. Go ahead, say it again.
Come on with it.
Everybody pay attention.
Cleveland. Pittsburgh. Ravens. No, I had the Ravens last time, huh? No, the Ravens and the Bengals. The Bengals always last.
You need to tell me how many games Cleveland's going to win.
Yeah, one more time.
How many games do they need to win this division?
I see them going 10-6.
You think 10 games will win the division?
Yep.
From
You think
0 to
Pittsburgh is
10.
going
0 to 10.
That-
We're gonna win 9.
That is the greatest
This is why I look at
turnaround
Pittsburgh.
in the history
You
of
think-
professional
I think Le'Veon Bell's gonna have.
You think Pittsburgh
And
will
this
win
talking
less
never
than
gonna
10
stop.
games?
NFC North Division. Let us know.
They can be
Somebody-
10-10, 10-6
Please jump in the comments and tell this
What
man
you
how
just
crazy he
detailed
is for
the
saying
greatest-
Cleveland's gonna be number
is
1.
the greatest
I want to see y'all
turnaround
in
in the
there.
history of football.
Hey, it's
You
happening.
think it's happening with that roster?
It could happen.
The greatest? That's
Hey.
greater than the Rams. The Rams went
Rams are amazing.
They went 4 and 12
to
to
12 and
13.
4.
Records are making
13 and 3. They won 9-game improvement. You're saying they are better than the St. Louis Rams.
Of 99.
They got
The
that
greatest
type of
show on
talent.
turf.
In order to make that type of a comeback or turnaround, you got to have that type of talent. You see that type of talent in Cleveland? I agree with you. They have improved talent.
Well, I'll tell you this.
That's from 0
Well,
to 3.
I'll tell you this. The Cleveland defense right now is probably better than that Rams defense then.